What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're breaking down Thursday night football, Buccaneers versus Falcons. This is going to be for October 3rd, Thursday, October 3rd, guys. We got a pretty big game. This is an NFC South divisional matchup, Falcons, Buccaneers. These two teams right now are considered in the race. We got the Buccaneers 3-1. We got the Falcons 2-2. Obviously, we got the Saints, who have come off on a hot start so far. So the Saints are in the mix as well. Panthers, trash. Everybody knows it. Although Andy Dalton has kind of brought a little bit of a resurgence to the Panthers organization. Bryce Young was definitely the problem. Sucks. The kid's a great kid. But we're going to break down Falcons, Buccaneers. Let's jump right in, guys. And before I do, if you follow my channel, or sorry, not if you follow my channel, if you like my channel, if you've seen my videos before, hit that subscribe button, guys. If you watch 1 or 2 or 3 or more of my videos, if you hit subscribe, guys, all my videos get sent straight to your phone. I appreciate all the love and support. Seriously, from the bottom of my heart, I appreciate every single one of my subscribers. That's what I do. I do it for you guys. Anyways, guys, Buccaneers, Falcons, Thursday, October 3rd. We got a 6:15 start. This is Mountain Time, 8:15 on the East Coast. Mercedes-Benz Stadium, beautiful stadium down there in Atlanta. Obviously, we got an indoor game going on. Weather's not going to be a factor because it's indoors. Looking at the spread, opening up, Tampa Bay opened up at +1.5. Obviously, that means Atlanta -1.5. -110 odds going both ways. Consensus odds, I should say. We're going to get into that a little bit more later and what the odds are on specific books and why I'm going to take a pick on this game one way or the other. Money line, guys, it opened up at Tampa Bay +106 and Atlanta -125. Atlanta has moved a point. It's now -126. So I don't know if that means more bets are going in Atlanta's favor on the money line, or that would typically mean that more bets are going in favor of Atlanta at -126 if it just moved a point. But that doesn't mean that all the money is going Atlanta's way, because if it was, then they would be smashing, or they would be hammering that under odds, making it astronomically bigger. Looking at it down here, 70% of the public bets are going towards the Falcons on the money line. However, 67% of the money is going towards the Buccaneers. So more people are betting on the Falcons, but people are putting more money on the Buccaneers. That's a big difference in the eyes of the books in Las Vegas. I'm not going to mess with the money line. It's too wishy-washy. We got all these public bets on one side. We got all the public money on the other. That's not a pick that I'm really interested in right now. I will break down a pick here in a minute. Bear with me here. We're going to cover the over-under. The over right now is at 43.5. That's what it opened at. That's what it stayed at. The odds have barely changed. It opened at -109 on the over. Opened at -109 on the over, -111 on the under. It is now -110 both ways. So just barely moving on the over-under as well. We're going to look at the spread. Buccaneers +1.5 is where it's at right now, or Falcons -1.5, however you want to slice the pie. 73% of the public bets are taking Buccaneers +1.5. 89% of that money is going towards the Buccaneers to cover this spread. That means only 11% of the money is on the Falcons. Guys, Atlanta is at home. In my eyes, just my football mind here, Atlanta is just as good of a team as Tampa Bay, if not better. Tampa Bay has been together for a full season last year. The only change they made is adding Bucky Irving. Only big change, I should say, that they made is adding Bucky Irving as far as quarterback chemistry goes with his skill position players. Cade Otton's still there. You got Chris Godwin. Obviously, Mike Evans. Yes, they added Jalen McMillan. He's been playing quite a bit. That's another change, but the two big ones are still the same. Evans, Godwin, Rachaad White in the backfield. They've got a lot of chemistry down there. The Falcons, they made huge changes. They got Zach Robinson as their offensive coordinator, and then they obviously added Kirk Cousins, the main piece, in the offseason. So they're still kind of meshing together. I do think the Falcons will finish ahead of the Buccaneers in the NFC South. That's just my own personal take. Right now they're sitting at 2-2. Buccaneers are sitting at 3-1. Buccaneers had a bad loss to Denver. I don't think that's who they are. I think they're a better team than the Broncos, but nonetheless, they lost, right? So looking at that money line, I'm going to take Falcons minus 1.5 based on the fact that they're at home. I do think they're starting to come together as a team, and all that money is on the Buccaneers, guys. 89% of it. Vegas don't want to lose 89% of their money. They're not crazy. They set this spread in a way that's going to get people to take the Buccaneers because plus 1.5 is not, it's basically a pick 'em, right? It's a flip of a coin. Take your pick. 1.5 is not a huge spread. Now, if we're talking baseball, 1.5 is a damn good spread. That's hard to cover in baseball consistently, right? This is football. Okay, 1.5 isn't a huge spread. We're taking Falcons on the spread, minus 1.5, and I'm going to show you which book I'm doing it on. Personally, I really like Caesars Sportsbook. I like the way that's set up. It's appealing to the eye. I'm a big fan of Caesars Sportsbook. I do use 12 different sportsbooks, so I could go any way here. The reason I say I could go any way is this spread is minus 110 odds on every book except for one. And the one that it's not minus 110 odds, we can't bet on because it's an offshore book. And that's Pinnacle. Pinnacle, if you guys don't know, is the sharpest book in the world. There's a difference between regular retail sports books and sharp books. Okay, your sharp books, it's your Bet Online, your bookmaker, your Pinnacle, Circa. Even BetUS is starting to become more of a sharp book in the odds of some of the top betting websites. Pinnacle is the sharpest. They have a great reputation for setting sharp lines and knowing what the hell they're talking about. They are the only book that has Atlanta slightly favored over the Buccaneers on the spread. Every other book has minus 110 odds either way. Pinnacle's sitting at minus 108 on the Falcons, minus 104 on the Buccaneers. So slight edge to the Falcons as far as probability to hit. So that tells me right there that Pinnacle knows something as well. All that money is going on the Bucs, and Pinnacle thinks the Falcons are going to win. And not just win, but cover that spread. I'm going with Pinnacle on this one. Falcons minus 1.5. Let's get into some player props here now. You guys know I love doing daily fantasy football player props on top of my sportsbook plays. Sportsbook plays have been cashing. This is something I wanted to point out. You guys know I'm transparent. I'm going to tell you when I lose. I'm going to tell you when I win. I'm going to tell you right now, I hate to freaking lose. But sometimes you lose, but you don't lose, if that makes sense. On Sunday, I was 3-10 on my sportsbook picks. 3-10. That means I won 3 picks. I lost 10 picks. So only winning 3 out of 13, we did not lose money. We didn't make a lot of money either. It was 0.96% is what we made on Sunday. But we did not lose. And I'm only saying that and emphasizing that because we can lose 10 out of 13 picks and still be slightly profitable. Imagine if we win 10 out of those 13 instead of winning 3 out of those 13. Think about how much profit we're going to have. There's some days that happens, guys. If you're following my channel, I'm going to tell you right now, you have to have a strong-willed mind. This is sports betting. This game is not for the weak, okay? This is not going to be a thing, what am I trying to say, a hobby or a side hustle or a profession that you can get in and expect to win every single day. Okay, sports betting is betting. In and of itself, it is betting. You win some, you lose some. I'm giving us an edge to be profitable more than we're not. All right, even if that means losing more bets than we win, that's always going to be the case. We're always going to lose more bets than we win. The sportsbooks just have it set that way. All right, they add vig to their lines. They're smarter than we are. All right, they have bookmakers for a reason. We're trying to outsmart them by getting an edge over what they're offering. And that's what I'm offering on this channel, guys. That's what I'm offering in my VIPs. I do give a banger on the primetime games for you guys. Like that pick I just gave you, Falcons minus 1.5. That's your free pick. I give my VIPs way more because if you want to be profitable in sports betting, you have to put out volume. All right? What I mean by that is you have to place bets, lots of bets. Okay? Figure out your unit size first. Don't go blowing your bankroll. Blow your whole load on one bet. Okay, get what your bankroll is. Let's just say it's $100 and you're just starting out. Divide that by 100. That's your unit. If you're playing $1 plays to start and just figure out sports betting and see what's profitable for you, see what's winning, see what's losing, just small increments to do a test size sample, $100 isn't bad. If you really want to start getting into sports betting, try to save up at least $500 so then you could really dive into this shit. All right? But you have to put out volume. The more bets you place, the more likely you are to be profitable in the long run by doing positive expected value bets. And that's what I'm doing with my VIPs. All right, I'm finding an edge over the books, and I'm giving those plays out to my VIPs. These free bangers I'm putting out for you guys are just picks that I'm super confident in that are going to hit so that you can get a taste of what we're doing in the VIPs, okay? If you want in on the VIPs, there's a link in the description down below. I don't need to say much about that. I will have my Game Day Pass active again. Game Day Pass, it's all my picks, basically, for one weekend. Thursday Night Football all the way through Monday Night Football. Every single pick I put out is in that Game Day Pass, all right? We're going to use promo code BAMA, B-A-M-A. Promo code BAMA. That's going to get you 50% off. It's only for the first 25 people. So if you want half off my Game Day Pass, get in on it quick because that fills up. Code BAMA, 50% off the Game Day Pass. Let's get into the player props. I'm sorry. That was a little bit of a rant. I just wanted to kind of explain what I'm doing with the sportsbook plays. All right, first one is going to be Bucky Irving. We're going to take him on his rush yard line. Right now it's set at 43.5, and I'm using BETR. All right, the BETR app is kind of my favorite app right now. I just started using it recently. Just got a deal with, worked out a deal with them to give you guys a deal for a $200 deposit match. Code SSWIN. There's a link in the description down below for that if you want in on that. It's an easy way to get free money out of them. We're going rushing yards. 43.5 is what his line is set at. All right, Bucky Irving, so far through 4 games, has covered this line 3 times. Week 1, he had 62 yards. Week 2, he had 70 yards. Week 2, he had 22 yards. Week 3, he had 70 yards. Week 4, he had 49 yards. So he is going over this line more often than not. Now I'm looking down here at all the running backs so far this season against Atlanta. They are covering their over. Alvin Kamara, he covered his over. Carson Steele covered his over. Samaje Perine covered the over. Saquon covered the over. Kenneth Gainwell did not. Najee Harris covered the over. Then you got some guys that don't really see the ball very much. They hit the under. The only really starting running back that gets a lot of touches that did not hit his over is Jonathan Taylor. He's the only one. Every other running back is hitting their over. Bucky Irving, you guys, if you listen to sports news or NFL Network, any of that stuff, follow anything on Twitter with Adam Schefter or any sports guy, you heard Bucky Irving from his head coach. They have said Bucky Irving has earned more touches. Rachaad White's not putting out good numbers right now. He is a great receiving running back. I will give him that. He is not a rushing back. Bucky Irving has been running the ball, and he's been running the ball damn well. And they've already said it. He's going to get more touches. He got 10 carries last game. He got 9 carries the game before that against Denver. He had 7 carries against Detroit and 9 carries against Washington. So if he's getting 9 to 10 carries a game, other than the 7 against Detroit, and they're going to give him more, expect his rushing yards to go up, especially against this Atlanta defense where all these running backs are covering their overs. So 43.5 rushing yards, hit the over on Bucky Irving. Next, we're going to go into Bijan Robinson, probably one of my favorite players in the NFL. I'm a huge Bijan Robinson fan. You guys are going to get mad at me for this one, and I'm actually kind of mad at myself for this one, but I cannot bet with my heart. I got to bet where the numbers tell me to bet, and that is Bijan Robinson on the under on his rushing line. Right now it's set at 66.5 rush yards. A lot of the sports books have it at 65.5. Okay, BetMGM, Fanatics, Caesars, and Prizepicks, and Underdog all have them at 65.5. DraftKings is at 64.5. Sleeper and FanDuel are also down there at 64.5 and 62. Well, BETR's given us a 66.5 rush line, and we're going to hit the under on that, guys. Last week he had 28 rush yards. Week before that, 31. First 2 weeks, he did go over this. He had 68 and 97. But the thing with Bijan is he's not getting a lot of yards per carry. Not last week against New Orleans, but the week before that against Kansas City, he had 16 carries and put out 31 yards. So although Bijan is an excellent running back, he is exceptional, he's great, he's one of the best in the game. Right now, he's not getting a lot of rushing yards. He's parlaying his rushing yards with receiving yards, and that's how he's being so successful right now. He's been great in fantasy football. I shouldn't say great. He's been good in fantasy football, getting around 15 points a game, but he's not getting a ton of rush yards. Okay, he's getting a lot of catches, a lot of receiving yards to go along with his rush yards, and that's how he's producing for that offense. That's what they need him to do, right? They got Bijan because he's a wide receiver that plays running back. He can run the whole route tree, go up and snag a ball, but still ground and pound. Sorry, started over my words there. So we're going to take Bijan on the under at 66.5 rush yards. I don't think he's going to cover this, but I do think he'll probably have around 100 total yards, maybe throw in a touchdown or two there. Hopefully, because I got him on my fantasy team. Hopefully he does that for me. And the last pick, there's no need to break it down. BETR gives us a Kirk Cousins prop at over half a completion. So Kirk Cousins throws one completion, we win that pick. The only way he's not doing that is if he gets hurt on the first couple plays of the game. And if that's the case, the pick is going to be voided anyways, and we're not going to lose it. So there's your picks, guys. Bucky Irving over 43.5 yards. Bijan under 66.5 yards. And then that free one from BETR, Kirk Cousins over half a completion. Again, BETR use code SSWIN on BETR, and you're going to get a $200 deposit match. Get all that free money you can from any app you sign up with. If you haven't used BETR yet, get on BETR. I'm going to be putting out a lot of plays on BETR here coming up soon. Like I said, I just got on the app myself. I worked out a deal with BETR to get you guys a $200 deposit match with that promo code. So all my subscribers are going to get that promo code. You're going to get that deposit match when they use code SSWIN. Guys, that's all I got for you. Like I said at the beginning of this video, I appreciate any support on my channel. Please hit that subscribe button if you like what I'm doing here. If you don't, no offense taken, guys. I understand. Move on to the next guy. It's not going to hurt my feelings, but I do put this out. I put these out for you guys. Okay, that's why I'm grinding. I'm doing a lot of research here, digging into these picks, spending tons of time trying to find good plays for you guys. I put out huge slips for my VIPs, and when I say huge, I mean 10x, 20x type of payouts. They don't all hit, but here's the thing. If we put out 20x payouts, that means we only have to hit 1 out of 20, and we're breaking even. If we hit 2 out of 20, we're up 20 units. Imagine if we hit 10 out of those 20. We're up 200 units. All right, guys, that's what we're doing in the VIPs. Like I said, link in the description down below. You can get the game day pass. Code BAMA gets you half off. You can try my picks for one weekend before you dive into the season pass. And everybody that gets that game day pass gets a discount on the entire NFL season pass. All right, guys, that's all I got for you. Thank you so much for watching. I'll catch y'all next time.